Hey guys, Murugi Muni here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between. It's definitely TMI.
Guys, yet another episode. Here we are, episode 19.
Episode 19.
Yes.
Love
oh my
it.
gosh. I know. I'm so excited. That's fantastic. Today, what are we talking about? So a few episodes ago where we talked about adulthood. One of the things I think we talked about is how money is such a fun, like learning how to manage your money, having money, making money is a huge part of adulthood, right?
Yeah.
And in this episode, we thought, let's talk a bit about money because we talk about sex all the time.
I know.
We talk about relationships.
Sometimes break.
Exactly. We talk about love and whatnot. And we just thought that maybe today let's just take a break because it's something that we actually talk about frequently between the two of us. And we just thought we should bring the conversation here. And
It's true.
It would be fantastic. So what we actually want to cover is how to build better money habits. And we thought that this was quite timely because it's coming
Christmas.
It's coming to Christmas. And we are ready to see enjoyment. And then broke.
No social media, nothing until February. We don't want that for you. We like to see you on social media.
Exactly. And I feel like what we're all trying to build is sort of like some kind of equilibrium and stability to your financial life.
That's the word,
so that it's not like beginning of the month you have so much money, end of the month completely nothing.
Yeah.
Or beginning of the year and then end of the year. Like we don't want that. We want, as much as possible because there are things which happen which we have no control over.
Yeah.
Right? But as much as possible. So we have a list of like good money habits that we ourselves have been trying to develop and that we think could help you guys as well. But before you continue watching, have you subscribed?
And yet.
Exactly. And yet. Guys, please subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube, wherever it is that you are. Subscribe to our channel, TMI Podcast KE. Follow us on Instagram, TMI Podcast KE. And on our individual pages, murugi.muni.
And Lydia KM.
Exactamundo. All right. So before we get into this conversation, would you say that generally you have more good habits, money habits, or more bad money habits?
I have more bad money habits.
And it takes courage to admit that.
Yeah. And that's only just transitioning. The reason why I'm comfortable talking about it is because it's easy to admit something which you've already worked on and now like you're getting out of it. I have more bad money habits. Maybe I can say my bad money habits. First things first, my ideologies of money is that it's always there. It's just there.
Yeah.
It's like
privilege.
I guess that's privilege.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is you don't put into detail and you don't consider how it gets there, So having that mentality as an adult is very problematic because where does it come from, hun? Yeah. Okay, so it will always be there. So you spend whatever you want to spend any time of the month. Spend it all. It will always be there. What does that even mean?
So that's the opposite of scarcity mentality. You have an overly abundant mentality.
I don't think so. I just think that's lack of respect for money. Money needs you to understand that, yes, it's good to have that energy, but there's the practical steps which you need to take so that can make sense. Whereas having a money mentality, I believe it's always been there, but I didn't put enough energy into how to keep it there. Yeah. Yes, it will come eventually. I will never go without food and the basics. Yeah, but then that's not all you want,
not all you want, yeah.
And I think where I might have gotten this, I think it's just like one of the ways which you interpret things the wrong way, but your parents intended to be well. When we were younger, especially when we moved to England, we always had access to my mom's money. Right? So she would she would leave her card on the table if she went to work. So if we needed anything, we could just use it.
That's amazing.
So then I learned that it's there.
African mothers cannot relate. Other African mothers in Africa, we cannot relate.
But my mom used to think like having an emergency and it's something which you need money for. And we've always respected boundaries. Yeah. We've never ever used any money without asking how. There's never been an emergency that we needed. Yeah. But it was just like if you need it, it's there. Yeah. So I think the messaging is like it's there.
Yeah.
It's just there. It's just there
okay,
somehow.
So can any of you guys relate with Lydia? Because I feel like maybe they're
But
two of
it's
you.
made me
Yeah.
like but go in a really bad way because not understanding how it gets
Yeah,
there, not
how money
respecting
things-
how
yeah.
hard she worked and everything like that. So then you become so a bit like aloof with it, you
Yeah,
know?
I get that.
That's destroyed me with money.
I
Yeah.
think my major one in terms of money habits is almost similar to that, but not quite. Mine is like I don't usually see the bigger picture of things. I only see like the small things. You see, so when it comes to like, let's say a big investment or big purchases, I don't have this like understanding of like the small things. So for example,
Or the
I will
big things.
of the big things.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm comfortable spending like, okay, this is just 1,000 bob. This is just 700. This is just 10,000. This is just 2,000. I never look at it as like, if you add all those things up, you actually make 100,000, which is what you needed for you to buy that other thing. You know,
Yeah,
that big thing.
I get
Like for
it.
me, I just see them as just like small. And it's because I have trouble budgeting. I have trouble like for me, it's like money is just so, I don't know even how to describe what the word is, but I don't know if it's lack of respect for it as much as I don't feel like I overvalue money. It's like, for me, it's like it's here today and I have it today. Then maybe tomorrow if it's gone and it's not there. So now that it's here today, so we just enjoy it. That's
Nope, red flag. I kind of
flag,
have that
know.
as well. I
Yeah.
have like, see, you will make more.
You'll make more.
You will
And it's
make
like,
more.
Yeah, exactly. Kind
Yeah.
of thing. And I don't realize how reckless it makes me, because sometimes I can look back on a certain week and I'm like, I had 100K in my M-Pesa at the beginning of this week. Why is it now at 17,000?
But because
Where's
you
the money
did
gone?
the 10 one day,
Yeah.
you did another
2,
10 the
3,
next day.
Exactly. And
Yep.
I don't really, and so that's my biggest problem. I've been trying to get on a budget for the longest time, but like 1 month I'll put it, but I somewhere in the middle, I'm just like, this tracking, it's just like too much.
But what, see that, okay, me, I have a point to that,
Yeah.
which I feel like helped me.
Good.
Because I feel like with budgeting, there's the one thing for someone who's like that, you gotta have a way bigger miscellaneous, you know, because it will
But
make
isn't
you feel
that
like
be-
you're on.
that's- But
No.
that's beating the purpose.
No, but as long as you've limited it so you
Yeah.
don't cross too far, it makes you feel like you're
But who's
on
going to stop
budget.
me? Who's going to stop me from crossing?
Zacchaeus,
This is my question.
asleep.
Zacchaeus, where are
Asleep.
you?
Okay, I get that, and I
Yeah.
see that.
There was a time when Zach and I had tried to do, like, after we got married, I think it was like 2 years ago, we had tried to do like
I
this
watched this
joint
video.
account. Yeah. Let me tell you how that story ended. If you don't watch that video, go
I
to
watched that
Yummy
video.
Mommy
I was
from
like,
our channel.
wow.
Yeah. So we had like, we were like, yeah, let's have this joint account and whatever. So we opened the joint account and suddenly I realized I'm the only one putting money in this account. And I'm the only one putting money in the account, because he's still making peace with the fact that now his salary will come in and it's like all there where Joanne can, it's just
See.
like, you know, kind of thing. And he was like, no, eventually the account now is there, but it's just my account. It's just only my account. Because
Yeah.
he was like, after some time, he was just like, honestly, I just don't feel comfortable. It's just like, he wants us to have a joint account, which is like for saving for something. But it's
But
like,
your
this one, which is
everyday
just a spending.
expenditure.
He's just
I
like,
think
no,
that is a bit
everybody-
intense.
Yeah,
to
which
know every
yeah.
single transaction.
At that time, I felt really, I was just like, babe, how can you, like, honestly? And I told the world that we have a joint account, you know? But I've come to understand where he's coming from. It's like, why we don't want, like, people deserve their own privacy.
I
They deserve
really,
privacy. Yeah.
really think
It's
so.
not like every day, oh, how comes you swiped this at Tamasha? How comes today you swiped this
Yeah,
at
no.
Woolworths? How can you?
Yeah, maybe like you're right. Like let's put one savings for all the
For
things,
savings,
major
yeah,
stuff,
major
and then
stuff.
your everyday expenditure can be
Yeah.
can be separate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so at that time, May thought that now at least he'll be able to keep me
Someone-
accountable. Someone will ask me, why, how comes you swiped 36,000 at Woolworths? It's something you needed.
Yeah.
And then keep me, but now it's like, who is keeping me accountable? I have to keep myself accountable?
No,
Is
you
that
cannot.
what adulthood requires of me?
Impossible.
Stop
Impossible.
it. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah, so you can hear we're not perfect. We're not speaking
experts.
from
Yeah.
perfection, but some of the things which have balanced me out, right? Okay, so you start.
Okay, fine. So these are some of the things that we feel could help us build better money habits
Yeah.
in you as well. So the first one is planning purchases. This is something I really, really struggle with because I am such an impulse buyer. I am the queen of impulse. And Kwanzaa Online has made it so much worse by the way, because I'll be swiping and then I see an ad for this dress. Instantly I'm on the page. Where have I now ordered 5 dresses? The same dress, but in 5 colors. Did I need that?
Okay, yeah, you're a bit of a
Did I need that? I'm
spendthrift. Yeah.
such a I'm even worried at how much of a spendthrift I am. And I think it's because the nature of my job, money rolls in like piece by piece by piece during the month. So it's like maybe I'll wake up today and I didn't have money, then a client pays and suddenly now there's 30K in my M-Pesa. And I'm just like, this is money I didn't even know was coming. But now it's here. So it's like, even if I use it, it's like just the way it was before. It wasn't even here to begin with,
Yeah.
So I'm really trying my best, especially with more substantial purchases, to plan them.
Yeah.
So that it's not just, I just show up at this place and I'm like, oh yeah, I've always been needing this. Let me just buy it. Even if I can afford to buy it, it's better to plan the purchase in advance. So that first you have time to do research. Where is the best place I can get it? Is there a place with discount or whatever? And then it can be like a mindful purchase. So to speak.
Okay, I feel like that's a good one. For me, the first one, the thing that broke the ice for me to be able to start having way better money habits is being honest about money. Here's the problem. First of all, you won't admit that you have an issue. So you tell yourself, no, I'm spending because, I work hard for it. You give yourself all the excuses why you are spending like crazy, number one. Number two, the reason why you're going out of your budget is like friends, you want to go out, your friend likes Kempinski, you know that's not your budget, but you go because, your friend,
You even take a loan from another friend to come
to that
to
Kempinski. But that being honest, like, can I afford this? Let me be honest of whether or not that you don't even have to say I'm poor, as Joe says.
I'm poor.
You don't have to say I'm poor, but you can say that's not in my budget. The courage to say things like that, and to even, especially with Mike, I'm so honest with him. I can't even believe it. Saying like, okay, no, today I don't have money to do that. Or today, okay, I've got money. Like being honest about when you have and when you don't have is going to substantially change it, because the people around you are almost going to start navigating around your own budget, and the people around you are actually, oh God, the people around you are the number one reason why you are poor
to begin with.
So when you're honest with yourself, and then you start being honest with the people around you, you start having a life that's actually within your budget.
I actually have never understood. Well, okay, I understand it sort of, but in African culture generally, people just don't feel such shame speaking about money. Someone will never say how much they earn, will never talk about, the boundaries that they have. No one ever wants to actually speak about money. And I was listening to a podcast the other day. I listened to a podcast.
Love it. She's growing.
Yes. And it was actually a podcast about like salary negotiations. And basically what they were saying is, if you want to know, for example, I want to get into the podcasting world, I can just reach out to an existing podcaster and ask them, would you mind sharing with me how much you earn? And what they were saying is that though in Kenya and in Africa in general, people never like sharing how much they earn. And the same way people don't like saying I have money, I don't have money. Even saying you have money is shameful.
It's problematic. Kikuyus.
I know.
Kujaribu tu. Did you not buy?
I must say this yesterday. Hey, tunajaribu tu.
I feel like it's supposed to. It's a thing with humility. Like that's putting yourself out there with like, look at me, I have so much money. It's always seen to be important, even abroad. By the way. Americans don't just say at me I earned this.
Even abroad,
they don't talk to each other to how much one, even on shows, on movies, people see when they're negotiating something. Do you not see they write it down on a piece of paper? And then also a lot and not enough is very subjective, very subjective. So you might think you're showing off by telling me that you earn 200,000. I'm just like, oh wow, she's struggling. Like because me, you never know. So people don't know where they'll stand with you. And because we value ourselves and we put our identity so much on money, it's like it is our identity. That's why we struggle to talk about it so much. But that making that gap is what's helping me. There's money. And there's the money that I have, and then there's Lydia.
Oh my God, that actually has just made me realize I think I could be one of those people, because when I'm in the presence of someone and I can't place them financially, I find it like confusing.
I think you definitely identify with money, but I don't think that's a problem, because I feel like you've got money.
But it's not like I would be like, but I don't want to be her friend because I don't think she has as much money as me.
But it brings you confidence.
It brings me confidence.
It brings you confidence. But then that's why it's like money is so sensitive around people.
But I completely agree with you that just be honest, guys.
Especially
like,
your friends.
And you don't even have to say I don't have money for that right now. I don't have, but just say I'm not able to do that right now. Or if you want to suggest somewhere else, just be like, oh guys, that I feel like that place is so expensive. How about we go to Nini instead, where you can get soda and sausage mbili.
I mean, and you have to. And the friends who are not okay understanding that, it's okay. You guys, you can have dinners at home. By the way, there's always that. No, you guys come, I'll make you dinner. That's on a budget. So being honest about money. changed. And when I started talking about it, even on my page, I was like, I'm healed.
You're healed.
You cannot heal what you do not reveal, my friends.
Absolutely. Okay, my next one is stop downloading those damn money lending apps. I'm talking to you. You have
Never
Tala.
have I ever.
You have Tala.
Never.
You have the Mshwari. You have Branch. You have Aspira.
How do you even know these?
Because there's so many billboards in Nairobi. They're like every other billboard is for these
Thank
apps.
God. God is blocking them.
Oh
God is blocking.
But
I don't even know
you have
one.
money. That's why.
What?
That's why you don't even know them. To the desperate Kenyan, those things are everything.
But I feel like the terms are
insane. Exactly. Stop. I know. Girl, and we realize, disclaimer, we are definitely speaking from a point of privilege here. We are definitely speaking from a point of privilege. But I feel like some money habits transcend whatever sort of like income level you are at that moment. Getting into debt is never a good thing. If you can avoid it at all costs, avoid it, because as soon as you have taken that loan and this other Tala loan, and now you're borrowing from this app to go and pay back at this other app,
I could vomit.
and from this app to go and pay back at it's just a mess. And before you know it, now you had borrowed 10K, but you owe back 35,000.
I know. I think it's so extreme.
Where are you now?
Do you know? And I feel like that, if there's honesty about money, if you're honest about money, well, if you have a problem with something, or you have somebody who is like a confidant, like my cousin, we use each other as banks. It's like if she needs something, if I need something, like afadhali she than that app. So, but when you now you being I don't ask you, like, I don't know.
I don't understand why.
I feel like that would need to be extreme. Yeah, it would need to be like oh my God.
Is it because you're worried about what my reaction would be?
No, not at all. I think you'd be completely gracious and you would definitely help. But I feel like let that be an emergency. Yeah, let it be an emergency.
Whether we like it or not, money dynamics can change friendships.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even want to, like, before you go there, let it be like an emergency. What is that thing? What emergency have I ever had that really I require?
I know.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, having one person who is just like, this person is like, we help each other is way, way better than using these apps, and it spirals out of control.
It really spirals out of control.
Fast.
And before you know it, now you still have the day-to-day responsibilities you had before, but now you are being looked for by CRB, by SG Ward. People are calling you. You're not paid. The anxiety. It's honestly not worth it. So if you can't find another way to meet your financial obligations that does not involve you getting into debt, even credit cards, by the way. Even I once had a credit card. I
had one as well.
I paid it back so quick and just told them, take this card, cut it in half. I don't want it.
Yeah, me too. I used it once and I was just like, this is not the life I dream
dangerous.
of. It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
The second one is write everything down. Right. I think I did this for like 2 months, right? I just wrote on my notes everything I spent, everything, including if it was like airtime or whatever. And at the end of the month, I was shocked, embarrassed, because as you're saying, those 1K, 2K, 3K,
coffee, a KFC here and there,
a dinner, a lunch.
Yeah.
But when you look back and you tell yourself, oh, Ati, I don't have money to do X, Z, and Y. But when you think of all the money which you've wasted for no reason, and you're behind on your goals, and really you've had 6 lunches, honestly, 7 going out, and you spent so much money. I feel like writing down is one of the things that's gonna break that fear, because people, when they start like going broke or they're going into debt, they don't look at their balance because they try to hide away.
You don't want to. Me, I do it for the opposite reason. Is that I don't feel like I'm ready. I'm at the point where I'm ready to make better money choices. Yeah. So now I don't want to have to look at my disappointment here.
I get your point, but the more you practice writing everything down, the more you get used to being able to be like, okay, I've got this. Is this okay for me to do? Is this okay for me to do? What I planned on doing? Am I on budget? Yeah. I think it's helped me. Me, who is like, money will come. See, I'll just pay that bill. I haven't even looked at my balance. I don't even care. Now it's teaching me to be like, okay, when I did it the last time I had my balance was this. Should I do this? Is it smart to do this? It's helped me be more open with money and how I'm spending.
One of the ones I had written down is tracking your expenses. And one of the things that actually someone I was talking to, a content creator called Terembe, you know Terembe, right? And she was saying she doesn't use M-Pesa.
That's smart.
And it's smart.
That sounds smart.
I was like, but what? At first I was like, how would my life run without M-Pesa.
But
I
you
literally use
don't
it
feel the
morning to
pain.
night, morning
Did
to
you-
night.
did you-
Yeah.
did you-
But you don't realize, because she was like, in 1 month, I think she like checked how much whatever she had been, the transaction cost, and she's like, it's so much. And you know what? I have never gone to check the transaction
I
cost,
wouldn't.
but I can only imagine if in a day I make so many transactions that probably transaction cost in a day maybe can be 100 bob. Multiply that by a month, multiply that by, I don't know, 5 years or whatever. That's a lot of money.
And
It's a
M-Pesa,
lot of money. Even your bank transactions, if you do like bank to bank,
Yeah.
whatever, if you're in a bank which you're not even sure what are even the charges, because it's just 1,000 bob. It's just whatever. Guys, check those transaction costs.
I
Check
know.
those
I
transaction
am an
costs, 'cause it's a lot.
M-Pesa person.
Me too, girl.
And I'm an M-Pesa person, so that means it's like I don't feel the pinch. Like when I buy something, it's like it doesn't even feel like I bought.
Yeah.
It's like the money just feels like it came from somewhere in the sky. But when it's something more like, especially if you have cash,
Yeah.
when you separate your hand with that 5K, you will feel different than when it's just a
You
pin.
feel it. Yeah, I
Yep.
know.
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know. Yeah, I've tried this tracking expenses, but like sometimes it'll get to like maybe 10th of the month, and then I'm like, oh God, I've forgotten to put in the things for today and whatever. Then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try again next
Yeah.
month, and of course the next month never comes.
Yeah, I try and do it like on a daily. And if let's say I find like I've forgotten,
Do you do it now? Even now?
yeah,
You
yeah,
do it now?
yeah. And
Oh,
like
my.
when I
Oh,
get
wow.
to like, let's say that when I've realized I haven't done it in like 2 days, I go up my transactions. That's my punishment for not putting it, so that I
Wow.
learn to do it as soon as it happens.
I need to do that,
Yeah.
honestly.
I'm
I
learning.
just feel like I'm scared. I'm just
Yeah.
so scared of seeing my expenses. I'm scared to find out how much I spend on eating out and coffee
Yeah.
and jewelry and clothes.
No, I'm sure, but guess what? You will be more empowered because
I
maybe
know.
you realize there's something which you don't really care about that much. You don't need to spend that much money.
You're
you can
right.
put it on what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next one is live below your means. If you're earning
Morugi.
100,000,
Morugi. That's Morugi saying that.
yeah, but I mean, me, I'm
Okay,
living.
yeah,
I'm
you are.
living within my means.
Yeah.
I got the. Anyway, that's another thing, by the way. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but people are always coming on my Instagram and they're always like, you're so rich, and that makes me so uncomfortable. And I don't know why it makes me so uncomfortable. I think it's because I just feel like
There's
I
no
don't
balance
know.
in life.
And it just feels like I don't consider myself a rich person. I consider myself a comfortable person. But to somebody else, I'm rich, and I just don't know why I feel so uncomfortable being called rich.
I always
Maybe there's some trauma there.
Yeah, I
don't
know I have guilt with money as well. And I told you, I feel like the more money you have, the more it's like you're not as relatable. You're not as
Yes,
ass. It
exactly.
isolates you. It
Yeah.
feels isolating
Now you're
when
like there, but
yeah,
I'm just like,
it
I'm not,
isolates
though.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But guess what? Me, I always remind myself there's somebody who's richer than me.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
even me, I can
true.
be
Yeah.
comfortable because it's just somebody else's perception.
It is,
I feel
right,
like
yeah.
Jeff Bezos is okay with you having
Yes.
the money you
I
have.
think he's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd say
So
he's
it's balance
fine.
of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So anyway, living below your means means if you are earning 100K,
Mhm.
you cannot be paying 60,000 for rent.
Yeah, it's supposed
Yeah.
to be.
It's supposed to be
30%
like 30%. No, something like 20%.
of your rent. It's 20%. I think it's
Lydia, you didn't do this research.
yeah, no.
See, we had agreed. You do
Yeah.
the research.
Yeah. We did not agree anything. Yeah.
But anyway, I think it's something like you're supposed to save 10%. You're supposed to use maybe like 40% of it can be your rental income. You're searching.
yeah.
Fantastic. Thank
Yeah.
you. But I heard this, I saw this, I think on Just Ivy's page. She was like, if you can't afford to buy that thing that you're buying twice or thrice, you can't afford that thing.
I disagree.
You disagree?
No.
Why?
Yeah.
Unless you've saved for it.
Yeah.
It's like if you've gotten
Oh,
100,000
right,
this
okay,
month and you
yeah.
can't afford, like you have no business buying now a wig for 50,000 and you earn 100,000 a month. You have no business doing that. That's living beyond your means.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there's definitely room for like once in a while treat yourself, but being able to live comfortably long term is making smart money choices.
Yeah.
If you want to make a purchase that big, you have to have saved for it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
I do. No, I do
Yeah.
agree with that. Yeah. Sometimes I just think like, for example, if you want to buy something like a car, you might not be able to afford two of that car.
No, but that one you have to have saved for it. Obviously, you
Either
have to
way.
have saved for
But
it.
no,
Yeah.
there's some people who enter.
Oh,
they
sorry.
enter and they're like,
Oh,
that
me.
one.
Oh, I meant to
Don't
say
speak from
me.
your poverty.
You are poor.
There's people who walk in, they're just like, oh, that
People
one, that
paying
V8.
cash. Oh
that
my
V8.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the other night we went for this 007 James Bond premiere, and like Range Rover was one of the brands who are showcasing there. Somebody came and they saw a Range Rover that they liked and they bought it. Oh, that looks nice. So you went and bought those earrings?
Yeah.
That same way, they came and they bought a Range Rover. Yeah. I know it's
There
got
you
not
go.
good.
Yeah, there you go.
So don't assume people are at the same place you are because not everybody's at the same place.
Nope, they are not. Yeah, but okay,
Absolutely.
that's a good one to make sense of.
Mm.
My next one is see what you when you check your expenses, see what you value. For example, I realized that it's far more important for me to have like a break somewhere and go on holiday for a couple of days or even a weekend than to go to 6 dinners in the month or whatever. So what I started doing is thinking how can my money work for me so I can do the things that actually really matter to me. At that moment, of course, I feel like, yes, Joe, let's go to dinner at that very moment.
Yeah.
But in when that month is over or that quarter is over, I wished I had gone away somewhere to Naivasha for 2 days or somewhere else for 2 days. So when you see what you value when it comes to your money, it will help you shift your focus on what you need to do. Because half the time we're actually spending money because it feels good in that moment. It's not something that makes you feel like your life is going great. Some people can't afford to go on a holiday, not because they can't afford, but they spend all their money doing the things they don't really care that much about. She's tracking all the iced coffee places in Kenya, and she's trying them
in Nairobi.
Not in Kenya.
Only. Thank you. Yes,
but no, we are following that though. No, I feel like that's investment in content.
Exactly.
I'm there. I'm there.
No, I agree with you. And another thing I would say is money that has no purpose will always find a purpose somehow.
Yeah.
So if you have money which is usually like maybe at the end of the month, it's just like sitting there in your account. If you don't have a plan for that money of like, I'm saving towards this, like always have a financial goal that you're planning towards.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, that money will end up being spent somehow because you'll just be like,
anyway, and it's I didn't have a plan
nonsense. For this. It's
never like, I just thought, let me invest in Bitcoin with this extra cash. Bitcoin.
It's never Bitcoin.
It's never that.
It's always
Zinga. That's it, Mzinga. That's the way you spend
Lydia
the extra
in the
money.
Club. I'm buying.
It's me tonight. Hey. No one. Keep your wallet.
Yeah, but alas, the next morning,
like,
where's my
card?
What? Where's my
what?
That's it.
And now you guys.
Yeah. So have some sort of plan for your money. I would say, and that's something that I never ever understood until I met Zach. Zach always had a plan. Like as even if his salary got increased, as soon as it was increased, he would find a purpose for that extra money.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't just because somehow you'll find your salary has been increased, but your standard of living is the same because you're not doing. There's no impact because you're not actually channeling it towards something that's going to add value to your life.
Yeah.
So definitely.
Mike is definitely better with money as well. Thank you, Christ.
Thank you, Christ, for sending us this
man.
Thank
God,
you.
because it's not me.
It's not you.
Yeah.
It's not us.
It's not us. But we're trying.
Yeah. Maybe it is that growing up with the privilege of having access to money that has definitely made us the way that we are. Because I feel like people who grow up with lack have a different set of problems. They have problems with money, but a different set of problems. Like them, maybe when it comes, they have more of the scarcity mentality. You'll find that they are living in like a shanty when they actually have, millions in their bank account.
Yeah.
So
but with Mike, it's the other way around. I feel like there was just a consciousness in their home about how to work with money, even with money. Yeah. So Mike is more of like, he says he's a calculated risker. So he's always on like stable. It's always stable. Let it have like the extra. But that there's always stability. It's not the extremes.
Yeah.
Today you're a millionaire, the next day nowhere, no clothes, no food.
Let me tell you something. By the way, guys, today Lydia had an amazing live on how parental dynamics affect relationships.
Parents, let's talk about that.
Let me tell you, afterwards I was just thinking about the money dynamic in my family. I never once growing up had my parents talk about saving or talk about investing. Never. Not ever once.
Really?
Even till this day. I don't, maybe it's just that
but they just didn't talk about it in front of you.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So
I
you just know money is spent.
So me, I just know money spending. And my dad was quite a spendthrift. My mom was like not as much, but she was also like comfortable in terms of spending money. It was like, like if we can afford a better house, we're gonna move to a better house. If we can afford a better car, we're gonna get a better car. But I just never that whole aspect of it's important to save, it's important to invest. Those are concepts that were so new to me when I became an adult. It's just like, so people are doing that.
Yeah. So my mom was smart with money. She always has been, but I don't think we talked about it enough. It wasn't drilled into us. It's just like I just knew. knew. I just knew my mom just knows how to deal with money. She knows how to figure it out. But it just wasn't something which we talked about enough. Yeah.
I wish those are things that I honestly hope that this new CBC curriculum, CBC is the curriculum of this.
You told me.
I hope those are the things that they are going to start having in the curriculum, because instead of learning about Pythagoras theorem, we need to be teaching kids how money should be spent, how money is made, how income is generated, how to save, how to invest.
Are you talking to Ethan about it?
Yeah, we are constantly trying to teach him.
That.
Like we said, send him to the shop with like 100 bob. Then we tell him, okay, now you've bought this. Okay, so what can you do with the change? Okay, how can you, like trying to teach him how to.
Yeah, there you go. You're already changing it.
The money.
Yeah, you're already changing it. Let's not wait on this CBC. Please, girl. Just do it for your child.
Okay, fine. I'll do it for the child.
Okay, this is another one. And if you guys follow Susan.Wanjiko on Instagram, she talks all about money. She shouts a lot. And I did a live with her as well about money, and it was really good. One of the things is about check your money beliefs, right? Everything is stemming from a belief system, and people just practice out their beliefs consistently. So maybe you, let's not even say you, there's maybe people who are, their belief is like money always runs out.
Yeah.
And you will find yourself, you would rather spend all of the money than be smart about it. Why? Because you have a belief system. Other people are money worshippers.
Yep.
Everything, Sarah, is about money. And that's how like the dynamic with your relationship is about money. Everything is money. You need to know what your money beliefs are so that you can know why you're doing the things that you are doing. For example, I've shared this before. I think I'm growing out of it, but there's like a guilt about money. I feel like having too much money is like problematic because what's happening with the rest of the people. Like, why would you have
and what is your
all
sense
of it?
Of responsibility
That's why. That's true. Like, why is it just you? But then Marissa Peer says you have to connect that money with the people who you're caring about. If you're an empath, don't fight the empath. Don't fight the empathy in you. Say things like, the more I have, the more I can help. So that will make you feel like there is a positive advantage to other people in you having. Yeah, because let's say something right now happens to your parents. If you don't have, what are you going to do?
Oh, yeah.
But then the more you have, the more you're always in a position to help others. Yeah. So things like that have helped me start to undo those beliefs, because those beliefs, they stick.
Yeah,
they stick, and they're gonna keep directing you.
So how does somebody start trying to figure out their money beliefs? Because I feel like
if you look at your money habits, you might be able to see it. Yeah. So for example, I realized that it's like anytime I start getting to a peak of like money, it's like I'll do something really weird and I'll self-sabotage. And I actually had to breathe through it, because I was starting to do it like not too long ago. And I realized it's a pattern that's happening. You work, you're getting to that level, like money is flowing in, and then suddenly you just do something so weird, or like you don't want to work for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're not posting, and it makes no sense. Yeah. It's like a feeling that takes over you, and it's like, oh, I can't, do I need to? Why?
Girl,
so I realized that there's a pattern. If you see your money habits, you might be able to understand what your money beliefs are.
Okay. On that issue, on that topic of like the more you have, the more you can help. That was my last point. Now is the importance of drawing boundaries with your friends and your family when it comes to your money. If you're the friend who, like, every time you go out as a group of friends, it's already a drawn conclusion that
you're paying.
Lydia is the one paying for everyone. So even as I say, guys, let's go out, let's all go out, you guys on the group, but we all know Lydia is paying. Meanwhile, Lydia doesn't want to be the only one paying. She's wondering, but she doesn't say it. She's wondering, why is no one else paying for dinner? That could be with family as well. It could be like with your mom and your dad. It could be with your sisters, your brothers, your cousins even. Maybe you go to somewhere and it's always assumed that you're the one paying. Draw the financial boundaries where you want them to be. And it doesn't have to be harsh. Like, okay, Lydia, today I'm drawing a boundary. I will not be paying for dinner. It's just like, maybe when people suggest, and then you can just be like, okay, guys, let's go somewhere where everyone can afford to pay their own bill. Or be like, okay, can we all contribute towards the bill tonight, or something like that, so that it's like something that goes softly, so that you're not spending money and feeling bad about the fact that you're spending. If you're doing it and you're happy to do it, then that's different. But if it's something that you're just feeling like, oh my God, I don't even want to see these people because I have to spend this money, then obviously you need to draw the boundary.
I think that's a really important one, especially in African culture. Like when just Ivy did the black tax, I was so triggered because it was borderlining on abuse.
I had to stop those stories.
It was borderlining on on abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, people are not able to budget for themselves. They're not able to invest, and they're not allowed to say no. There's no way that's okay. Yeah.
Say no.
There's no way that's okay, you know. And then
Definitely
you
not.
end up being in a position that because you didn't invest when you were young, you are gonna end up being that parent as well, because you didn't put yourself in a position to have enough so that your kids don't have to take care of you. And then we are doing this all over again.
This concept of like I mean, the things I saw on that, I think she has it on a highlight on her stories. You can go and check, guys. At least someone saying their mom has said minimum you must send me 50K a month minimum.
And if you
I don't wanna hear
you are
anything else.
selfish, you are ungrateful.
And we are cutting you off. I mean, emotionally.
Do you know what? To be honest, honestly, me, I'll just be like, let the cut off come for a while, you know? Let me take that breath. But I know it's really difficult, maybe I wouldn't relate, but that is really important if you're trying to navigate that. And I know you are so afraid of like what's going to happen after the boundary. But I just set a boundary recently, and I realized that boundaries don't just protect you. God, what's the word? I really had it in my mind. They preserve your value. They preserve your value. They keep you valuable, because the more you're being used, the more no one here is benefiting. I hate the fact that I'm doing this to you and you are not getting the best of me because you're forcing me into it. They preserve your value.
That's so deep.
Yeah,
it
is.
So much.
I think I'll tell you why. Like after. Yeah, with that boundary.
It's TMI.
Huh?
It's TMI.
It's
definitely
TMI, for sure. Okay, so that was it for my
I think I'm done
okay.
with
Yeah,
my points.
but one of the other things I found, someone told me, this is Tim, actually, my stepdad. He said cheap is expensive, right? So he always looks for deals on good, long-lasting things. Like he will never get anything cheap, but he will get something which was super expensive, but it was cut to something. And the reason you do that, the reason you do that is so that, first of all, you keep the long-lasting things. You don't need so much of really amazing things. You need only a few. But cheap things, please, you have to buy every so often, every week, every whatever. So that's something which you told me, which was practical. So if I find something which is like had gone from something like 6K and now it's 2K, way better than buying these two things of 1K value.
Exactly.
Yes,
I really like that. And guys, you know, right now it's November, so take advantage of Black Friday sales. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
But a part of like what I said about planning those big purchases, which I think is kind of the same point, is that it gives you time to do research.
Yeah.
So maybe me, I'm a person of convenience, by the way. It's like, what shop is closest to me?
Yeah.
Or can I get it online?
Yeah.
And I won't take enough time to like go and search, okay, this sofa is here for
No
10,000. I'll just buy it. Then next week I find the same sofa
Yeah.
somewhere else for 4,500.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if I had just taken the time to do that research, I would have found it. So if you're going to make purchases like that, I agree with Tim. Find a place. There's always discount somewhere.
Yeah.
There's always discount
And window
somewhere.
shopping. That's
yeah.
something Mike has taught me. It used to annoy me
I hate
so
that.
much.
I hate
my
window shopping
God,
so
it used to annoy me so much. But
Yeah.
now that we are like putting our house together, all those times we popped in this shop and popped in this shop, the second we are ready to buy, we have
know
all the
exactly.
options.
Yeah.
It's really annoying initially, but now anytime he's like, let's go in there and look, I'm there.
Me, I'm always the one for like, but now if we don't buy it now, tomorrow we'll come back and someone else will have bought it and now we won't have it.
Yeah, no, I feel like having the options, even if we don't get this one thing,
Yeah.
we had this, and then we know what's within budget and we know where we can get it. Yeah.
I'm
it's
a
done
try.
it. As
I'm
you
a
can
try.
see, guys, we are speaking.
We are speaking not from a point of full recovery. We are on the journey.
We are on the journey
But
for sure.
I feel like 2022 is going to be a good year for me financially, and I want, by the time I get there, I want to have my money in order, because you can really sabotage your own financial growth and progress by not having good money habits.
And what you will do with 1K is what you're gonna do with 100. People think that you
And
change
what
when
you'll
you do,
do,
but honestly, you just graduate.
Yeah.
That's all. You
Yeah.
take the money habits there. Yes, 2022 is a money year. Oh Lord,
securing the bag.
Securing the
Guys,
bag.
if you have any others to add to this, you can leave in the comments even positive money habits that you are adopting, and you can even tell us some negative money money habits that you have had
Yeah.
that you would like to shed off so that we can share with everybody in the audience, guys. Wherever you're listening on Spotify, you can also check out our Instagram, TMI Podcast KE. We will be having this same conversation probably there next week.
we
Or
will.
this week as
Yeah.
you're listening to the episode.
Yeah, we will actually.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. We hope you guys have enjoyed I've learned something
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah, you have?
I have.
Yeah. I've learned to spend more money from you.
Well, that's
Spend it. It
something.
will come back.
Don't worry.
It will
don't
come back.
worry.
We're in-betweeners. You know, guys, we love you so much. And if you are a regular in-betweener, you know that this is a fun shout-out segment. And here what we do is we read some of the comments from our YouTube channel from the previous episode. So the fun shout-out we're going to be doing today is from episode 18, which is how to be a better partner. So we just want to always acknowledge your comments. We can't acknowledge all of them, but we want you to know that we are seeing, we are looking, we are appreciating, and we also want to give some of your own opinions on this. So
Can I just say that I've really been enjoying the feedback on this episode.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people clearly were operating from the point of view of
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the other day when I posted about my phone and how my husband got me this phone, and so many were like, hey, my husband has never gotten me anything. I was like, babe, when was the last time you got him anything?
Yeah.
Or like, my husband
It's
has not been
true.
taking me on a date. When was the last time you took him out on a date?
It's true.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
even just told him that
Yeah.
you want to be taken out on a date.
Yeah.
There's this babe who was like, it was their anniversary and she got her husband some gifts, but he didn't get her anything. And he said he didn't know that it was expected. And I was like, that's genuine.
Yeah, if you
they
what you
genuinely don't
want
know-
is what you want.
Exactly.
Anniversary is coming at the end of this month. You know, when I started talking about it
Yeah.
last month, October, just know what is happening.
Exactly. So one of the responses is Lois Movie. You're saying, totally relate with Murugi's point about being kind. I struggle with that, especially when he sends me something and I'm like, but you could go get it yourself. I'm not your slave. The number of times that thought comes in my head, I'm just like, we're in bed and he's like, hey, babe, I really need some water. Could you get me some water? I'm
Yeah.
just like, you've come from downstairs. You waiting to get the water? You know?
Yes. But then
anyway,
the first thing I always think before I give my smart ass answer, like, your legs?
I know. So now?
Oh, you broke your leg. I was not aware. Before I say that, I always think, but the amount of things he does for me.
I know.
And then I switch
Even.
and then I go
it's-
down.
In those moments, sometimes it's hard to remember what those things are.
No, but I try. I
You
try
do it,
before.
yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Wanjiru Wambogo, you're saying, I learned so much from this episode. I feel like I always want someone to pour into my cup and I don't reciprocate. I really am trying to work on that, especially vulnerability. Thank you so much, guys. Love it. Let me tell you guys, we said in that episode the love you give is the only love you get. So if you are struggling to get love somewhere, where are you giving it? Where are you giving it?
Where are you giving it? This one was Connie, you're saying really beautiful when Lydia KM told Murugi Muni about how she's a good parent and wife. Yeah, that was a really sweet moment for me.
You definitely are. You put in so much effort.
Thank you. That was fantastic.
Yeah, you see, that's why there's a phone in her hand. But you know, guys, it's not always your fault. Some people are just assholes.
Yep,
but in
that's
general, is I pour into your cup, you pour into mine. All right. So this is someone. This is Belinda Rotichu. You are saying, as a partner in waiting, I have learned so much. All I pray as I learn to be a better partner. He is doing that on the other side. Love this. And when you do, because it's not like every guy we've been with pours on like that, but then because you know what you're bringing to the table, you're always willing to walk away from the table that is not giving you what you need. Because you know.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, my last one. Gladys, you're saying, I completely relate with you guys saying to not set yourselves up for failure. The number of times we have had World War 50 and sit downs in my relationship simply because of compliments, especially after new hair or such. This is eye-opening to say the least. As usual, dope entertainment. Infotainment, actually, not even entertainment. Infotainment. I love that phrase. I love that phrase. But yeah, guys, listen to us. Just when you get home from doing your hair, just say, "Hey, babe, I did my hair. Do you like it?"
Oh,
don't.
Period.
Don't.
Me, I walk when I do my makeup. I walk to the living room. I'm like, babe. Then he'd be like,
"Oh,
you look nice." Who
Yeah,
said you shouldn't fish for compliments?
just get the
Now
compliments
you are
you
sad.
go.
Me, I'm fine, and I've gone to work, and everything is
That's
okay.
it, yeah.
All right. This is Gladys Maura. You're saying I completely relate with you saying to not set
That's
ourselves.
exactly what I just read.
Oh
babe.
my God, I'm so sorry. You know, because when she's reading me, I'm looking for mine. Now you know. Okay, this is Mercy Morugi. See, we know your
Hey,
handwriting.
Daisy. Oh, wow.
Wish I knew all this earlier, because looking back, I failed my ex in some things, but I'm trying to be a better person for myself and my new partner. We've all
of
failed. You
us,
can
yeah.
look back and see, I could have been kinder to that one. I could have been nicer this way, but those are bygones. You're here now.
You're
What
here
can you do
now.
now so that you don't repeat that again?
Absolutely.
But yeah, we love your
Thanks,
insight, guys. We love when you tell us what you think about our topics. Of course, we love that. You guys, we love you, and we love that. But we also love your input, to hear your point of view as well, because we get to learn as well. So thank you always for being the best fans in the whole wide world. We appreciate you. Do not forget to subscribe. You are on YouTube.
Yes.
And follow us on Instagram.
And
TMI
on that
Podcast
note,
KE.
we got to 25k subscribers
Yeah, we're
on
not
YouTube.
25.2.
25.2 as of the recording of this episode. And then we got to 15k on Instagram. And guys, by the way, we do not take even one follower, even one subscriber for granted. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for supporting us.
We appreciate you guys.
So today for It's Messed Up, we are playing a very basic, simple game. Don't blink. It's a blinking game. That's it. We just stare into each other's eyes like the lovers that we are, and we just try not to blink. We're gonna do it 3 times so that if we have best of 3. Are you ready? It's simple. This is just so that we can relax before we do TMI talk, because today is heavy. Today is heavy. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You don't need the mic for this, babe. Why are you nervous? She gets so nervous before every game. I don't even understand.
She's a competitive beast.
I am. You're so right. Okay, fine. We practiced before we started shooting this, and I won.
Yeah.
But anyway. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh God. Okay, wait. I don't think I was not mentally prepared for what was about to happen. Okay, fine. Wait. I'm ready. It's the lashes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay, it's me. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Okay, that counts as the one. That doesn't count as the. Oh my, this is harder than it looks.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
I know. Okay, fine. Let's go again. 3, 2, 1, go. Are you squinting? Are you squinting? Are you squinting?
There you go.
Okay, you know what? I don't even know who chose this game. Who chose this damn game?
Joanne.
I don't even understand.
Joanne. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so shall we just say that you've won? Because I
Yeah,
feel like
I have best of 3.
I
See, I've won.
I think we've won. Let's
Okay.
just go into TMI talk.
Team
Because at this-
Lydia. Wow, we've got one. We've got one. Keep
whoever
your
is
eyes
out there,
open.
It's probably Kesinjoro. She's just
Praying.
for you. She's praying.
Oh,
and
my
your
daughter.
prayers-
My
your-
daughter.
Aki, and your prayers are going through. Anyway, now that we have finished being It's Messed Up, guys, let's just go into TMI talk immediately. This one is burning up. It's burning up. It requires us to actually just.
We were shouting, by the way.
We were shouting before this. I was like, Lydia, it's not mine.
It's not us.
me.
It's not us, Lyd.
Please. Yeah. And anyway, TMI talk, in case you don't know, if you're a new watcher or a new subscriber, this is the place where we just basically help you answer a life dilemma or a life issue that you guys are dealing with. Usually you can DM us on Instagram, TMI Podcast KE, and we will either respond to you on DM, we can talk to you about it on stories, or we can do it here on the podcast. So this is the one that we received last week. And this is following the episode that we did on cheating.
Yeah.
Remember we said ways to know that your man's is cheating on you? Yeah, okay, fine. So this lady says, hey girls, hey, loving today's topic, just like all the others. Anyway, so Lydia suggested cutting off people who knew your partner was cheating because they did it and they didn't tell you. Well, and she goes on to give her story. I once told a friend that her hubby was cheating. We were neighbors at the time and she had traveled to see her parents. She then proceeded to confront him and told him that I was the one who told her. The man almost knocked down my door and was ready to beat me up and called me all sorts of names, shaking my head. I told my friend and she wanted to bitch about the man with me, but I told her that this is too much for me and our friendship needed a break as she sorts out her life. Wow, a lot is happening. She got mad and made my life hell as we were neighbors. It got so bad that my partner and I had to move away from the drama because I'm not a confrontational person. Also, she moved away because her friend caused the issues. She reached out a year later saying, let's let bygones be bygones, which I agreed. The problem is that the man has never changed. I've seen him out several times doing the most with other women, and he would even come to my table and say, you haven't seen me here, which has made it so uncomfortable for me whenever we see each other at birthdays or events, etc., and they're still together. Thoughts?
Okay, so initially, as I said, first of all, the reason why I said I think it's unacceptable for my friend to know that my man is cheating and say nothing is because I know who I am.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't go and put you in jeopardy in any kind of way after you've just helped me. First of all, if you're cheating, I owe you nothing. I don't have to tell you who told me. I don't have to tell you shit. So for me, when I'm coming to my man that you've cheated, I don't even need
Why
to drop
the
your name.
explanation?
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even. There's no conversation. You have no upper hand. You have no place to be asking me questions, and I would protect you. I would never. Actually, this did happen. This
Oh,
did
wow,
happen.
yeah?
And I never said it. I never said anything to him about who told me because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know, and that person helped me, so I'm definitely going to protect you. And that's why I can stand and say that for me, it is a problem if you can't tell me that my man is cheating and you're there smiling with me because I'll protect you. That being said, we are here. You told her
She did not protect
she
you.
threw you
under
to
the
the
bus.
dogs, and it all really got crazy. I would not put myself in that position again. I have been in a situation where I've told my friend that, okay, this guy is dogging or whatever, and nothing happened, and you've told the person that it's me. In fact, the situation was
Awkward.
It
Oh,
was my
God.
boyfriend who told me. And I'm just like, how that's a really weird position for me to be in.
This is
so
my
I'll
friend,
tell you.
yeah.
So there's like 25,000 people to protect. There's me to protect. There's
Your
my
boyfriend,
relationship to
yes,
protect. Also that I can give you a heads up so that it's not crazy. But you,
Alas.
and yet,
you're being helped.
and
but yet
from that
still.
point on, I'm legally blah. I'm legally blah. If me, I see. If I see your man, I was not here. You are not
You're
there.
here, no one was there.
That's
Yeah.
just it. Because I'm when I think about it, if I'm considering you and I'm putting things on the table and risking that, then I'm not willing to do it for you if you're not thinking about me as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, we say the same things. I love us. I feel like if I was in your situation, I would never even have
Be
agreed
friends with
to
that
be
person.
friends with that person. Like, I don't understand why. Why are you putting yourself in a place of discomfort? Because if you already know this person is cheating, why are you even agreeing to be friends with this person? This babe made it a living hell for you.
I
For
don't even
you,
know.
when you helped her out
Bygones.
by telling her that her man is a dog. I don't understand. And make it
Even
make sense.
bygones
Make
be
it,
bygones.
Let bygones be, and not even actually, I'm
Bygones
sorry.
It's like, I didn't text you, you didn't text me back, we
Yeah,
lost
let
contact.
bygones-
That's bygones.
No, I would have expected a full apology and like a commitment to be able to work on the relationship, and even just like talking about the boundaries with regards to someone's partner cheating. In this situation, I really don't even know how to help you because I feel like I would say you should not be in that friendship. But if I was in your shoes, I like dropping bombs and then I run. I just go and be like, oh, by the way, your man is cheating again. Bye. Out. I would do it because for me, I feel like my conscience would not be able to take me being in a place with you knowing what your man is doing. My conscience personally would not be able to take that. And if it goes bad, it goes bad. Anyway, what are you going to lose? This friendship, which is not even going that great anyway. What is she going to lose? Her marriage, which obviously is not going great. Just say the truth and let it be. Let it burn. Let it burn over there.
Let
That's
me
what I
give you a
would say.
scenario. The reason why I personally stopped is because like, you've got to understand that the culture in your relationship is not the same as somebody else's, right? You are projecting how you feel about being cheated on, and that's why you need to be told, and that's why you have to tell someone. That's what you're projecting onto someone else. But
We
I've
had
told
this
you,
conversation when Aggie was here, and I'm not going to have it from you here. I will not have it. Lydia was like, she'd rather not even know if her man is cheating.
No. Let me tell you.
You said that.
Yeah, let me tell you why I'm saying that with you. Is that you have told this person that the husband is cheating. We are here. We are chilling. Nothing has changed. Only thing that happened is you had to move out, right? Then time 2, now you have to go further. Time 3, you live in Mombasa. How long? How long? And they clearly don't care. Sometimes what you are projecting as someone needing to know, they clearly don't need to know because nothing is changing. Nothing is
Okay,
changing.
so how about a comfortable middle ground?
Yeah.
How about you just like
Or
start
ask
bring
her,
out-
what would you like
what
me
would
to
you
do?
like? Or just have a conversation about like, oh, how is your relationship going? How is
Yeah.
my relationship going? Then if you hear her start saying like, now I'm so certain that he's faithful. In fact, we had a conversation, and if I ever find out he's cheating again, I'm going to leave him. And what if you hear her saying those things which give you the go ahead to tell her, then tell her.
Not just you've got to sass it out a bit more, Han. You've got to sass it out a bit more. So many people say that because
yeah.
it's the culture to say that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's it. If he cheats, that's it. It's just the culture to say that. And majority of people don't always actually mean it.
Yeah,
and
you're
it's
right.
okay to not mean that. You can work on whatever you want to work on in your relationship. But I try to tend to see, are my values match, or am I projecting my values on this person?
Yeah.
And constantly taking them through hell of them knowing something that they really don't want to know. You know, let me tell you,
Me, I would project my values onto you, and I'm telling
no,
you right now.
you can tell me.
Yeah.
You can 100% tell me. When I was saying that, I was saying, as far as me not wanting to know, it's like, it's one of those things that for me is just, it's unchangeable in my eyes. So it's like, it's not that I don't want to know. It's just that thing changes everything.
And that's what you don't want
and
to
that's
have
what you
to
don't
deal
want.
with.
So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily that I don't want to know, because I don't want to be, I never want to, hey, guys, me, I was here. I was here on Instagram posting pictures. My
With her
love,
man,
my
with her
love.
man. Kumbe.
And Kumbe, it was our man.
Exactly.
Our
Yeah.
collective
It was per person
man.
sharing
Per
with
person.
Lydia's man.
I had
Exactly.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Maybe you
someone
had
else.
Tuesday. Who knows who had the weekend, you know? I never want that scenario again. And I felt so betrayed that some of my friends knew that. But my point with that was just that it changes so much. It's just like, does it even have to be here?
Me, I agree with. I don't have to go looking for the information. But if it finds me in
Yeah.
the way of, I don't know, a wrong text coming to me,
Yes.
someone telling me, it literally
Yes.
just comes and finds me here.
No,
No, that's
the God wanted
unfortunate.
to know.
But I'm not going to go and look for whatever. Where has
No.
it cheated? No,
No, please.
Let it find me.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you guys think. Would you tell this friend, if she was still your friend, would you tell her? Do you think she should tell her?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
still be her
Would you
friend?
still be her friend? Like, does she? I mean, you know, it's just, this is the messy in between. The messy in between. And that brings us to the end of our episode. This has been fun. I feel like it's been a little bit of learning sprinkled with some fun, sprinkled with some
mess.
some mess. Exactly. It's always some mess. It's been amazing, guys.
Yeah.
Really hope you've enjoyed this. Next week we are episode 20. For me, that's a big one.
That's
Bring
a
cake.
big one.
Bring cake and bring wine.
Love it. Cake and wine.
Cake and wine.
Yeah.
Even you guys get some cake and wine when you're going to be watching that episode.
That's
that episode
amazing. 20
yeah.
episodes is big.
Exactly. If you have
Huge.
not subscribed to this channel, guys, please subscribe. It really supports us. It costs you literally maybe less than 0.1 MB of data.
Yeah.
At the most, guys. And follow us on Instagram, TMI Podcast KE.
100%. Guys, for our 20th episode, whatever you think that we should talk about, anything that you're thinking about,
Anything.
DM us, put it under our YouTube comments. We want to see them because we want to make that episode so special.
Yes.
20 episodes. This is a 20 episode together.
Together.
Because you guys have been the ones who are supporting us throughout.
Yeah.
So let us know what you want to talk about. And we will see you on the next episode. Lots of love, guys.
Bye.